Breaking news. Global financial markets are in freefall as U.S. tariffs ripple through the global economy, sending shockwaves from Wall Street to Tokyo and beyond. Investors are panicking, economists are warning of a looming recession, and political leaders are scrambling to respond. Here's everything you need to know. We start with the continuing turmoil in the financial markets. In just the last hour, European stock exchanges opened to sharp declines. Frankfurt's DAX is down over 6.5%, London's FTSE 100 is down around 5%, and the CAC 40 in Paris has plunged nearly 6%. And it's not just Europe. Markets across Asia have experienced a complete collapse. Japan's Nikkei index tumbled nearly 9% during early trading, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng index crashed by more than 13%. Its worst decline since the 1997 Asian financial crisis. South Korea, Taiwan, and Chinese markets are also deep in the red. Analysts in China are bracing for what they're calling Ugly Monday. At the center of this chaos, U.S. President Donald Trump's aggressive tariffs. The latest wave of duties on global imports has fueled fears of a prolonged trade war. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump downplayed the panic. He said, quote, "Sometimes you have to take medicine to fix the problem." While insisting jobs and investment are returning to the U.S., his tone offered little comfort to global investors. The president's defiance is being read as a sign he won't back down, and markets are reacting accordingly. Beijing's retaliation has only escalated tensions. China has slapped a 34% tariff on all U.S. imports, igniting fears of a broader global trade war. The consequences? Supply chains that once spanned continents are now under threat. Experts warn that rising costs will eventually reach consumers. American families could see prices go up, not just for foreign goods, but for domestic products as well. And it's not just the U.S. feeling the pain. In Europe, automakers like Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and Peugeot are among the hardest hit. These companies rely heavily on international trade and now face a 20% tariff wall from the U.S. on European goods. In some sectors like cars, tariffs could rise to 25%. Financial experts are already adjusting their outlook. Goldman Sachs has raised the chance of a U.S. recession to 45% this year. And it's not just speculation. Investors are watching their pensions and savings lose value fast. While seasoned analysts say markets eventually recover, for now it's all about volatility, uncertainty, and fear. The biggest concern, what begins as a market shock can spill into the real economy. When share prices fall, companies struggle to secure loans, reduce investment, and cut costs, which often means layoffs and less consumer spending. In Luxembourg, European trade ministers are meeting to plan their response. The EU Commission, led by Ursula von der Leyen, is preparing 26 billion euros in retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods, but is still open to negotiation before Wednesday's deadline. There's also a secondary fear that products now facing U.S. tariffs will be dumped in other markets. Chinese electric vehicles, for example, could flood Europe at ultra-low prices, threatening domestic manufacturers and distorting competition. President Trump often compares his protectionist policies to those of the 1930s, but economists point out the world is far more interconnected today. Globalization has deeply embedded supply chains across countries. Shifting production back to the U.S. will not happen overnight, and trying to force that transition with tariffs could trigger more economic pain than gain. The bigger risk, a prolonged period of trade hostility that leaves all sides weaker with no clear winner. So how long will this uncertainty last? According to top economists, the real issue now is the unknown. Without a clear resolution, confidence is collapsing. Business investments are being paused. Consumers are holding back. And every day of inaction increases the chance of a deeper recession. The message is clear. Markets can handle bad news, but what they fear most is chaos and confusion. As we watch events unfold, one thing is certain. We are entering a new era of economic tension. Whether this medicine, as Trump calls it, cures the economy or poisons it, only time will tell. But for now, the warning signs are everywhere, from plunging stocks to panicked governments. The global economy is on edge, and the next few days will be critical. Thanks for watching today's breaking coverage. If you want to stay informed on this fast-moving story and others impacting the global economy and politics, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We bring you real news real fast. Stay tuned and stay sharp. See you in the next report.